Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TARDIS Zone Live. And as you can see by the heading of this live stream, the J-bot problem, we have a lot to discuss. Yes, we really actually do. This side of the fandom is actually getting out of hand. Absolutely ridiculous now. And I'm going to be showing you some of the some tweets. Now, I'm debating whether I should hide their identity, but then I was thinking, well, these people are brazen enough to go around and bully people on the internet and do it in front of anybody anyway, and it's in the public domain anyway. That why not? Now, I will say and make clear this stream that this stream is not designed for anybody watching this stream to go after any people after this stream. I just want to highlight certain behaviors within the fandom. And as you know yourself, there's been a recent case where someone that we all know has been off Twitter for 2 weeks because of a certain individual. Garbage thinks I should block out the names. Maybe I'll consider that. We'll see. But the behavior is kind of being condoned by others. Now, whether it's willingly or unwittingly, I should say, we don't know. But what I will say, it doesn't look good, if you're retweeting tweets from a bully. This person then turned their attention to Rabbi. And this is one of the main reasons. Starry-eyed girl is bad enough. But going after Rabbi as well. And anybody that knows Rabbi on this channel and has watched Rabbi on his channel, he's one of the most honest and sincere people. He's probably the less militant. No, not probably. He is the less militant of us all out of the fandom. Let's be honest. Rabbi tries to be optimistic about everything, and that's not a bad thing at all. And we all love him for that. And we all say Rabbi never change, and that's true. But to go after Rabbi then because he put up a picture of the Dr. Woke, or someone put up the picture of the Dr. Woke comic, I think it was Rabbi, and then he goes to he retweets this tweet then, right? And then puts up I'll show you the tweet anyway. I have all those tweets. As far as I've been told, Starry is okay, but it's not okay that she felt like she had to take a break from Twitter because of some idiot. And that's the point here. Just because you have a different opinion doesn't give you the right to go and bully people. Listen, I keep saying this, right? They accuse us of being toxic. Well, maybe we have turned toxic. But the only reason why we turned toxic is because you were toxic in the first place. So we hit back. Same thing. You do the same. We do the same. It's just the way it's always been. But at the end of the day, this all started when you all decided that fans weren't allowed different opinions, right? We never have said that you aren't allowed use our opinions. You can have your opinions. We just don't agree with them. And quite frankly, some of you don't even believe what you are saying yourselves. And we can see that. And that's the most ridiculous thing about all of this. You don't even believe half of the shit that you say. So, yeah, for people that don't know, there was an actual YouTube con, if that's what you want to call it, a webcon. So, basically, you had YouTubers that we know, YouTubers that haven't been very nice to us, actually, in the fandom. Mr. TARDIS Reviews, Council of Geeks, Crispy Pro, other YouTubers like that. So basically all the shill YouTubers. And I actually commented in the fella that organized, and I said, do you know what? I said, oh, well and good having all these YouTubers here, but is there any chance you could get someone on the other side of the argument on and actually bring some balance, you know. And this is the problem I have. There never is any balance, and yeah, this all needs to stop, because it's getting to the point now where the person that blocked me, oh, by the way, they've unblocked me, so they're obviously up to something, or which means I'm next, which God help them if they come after me, because I've told them already, you know, sit down, ginger snap. But yeah, John, yeah, oh, Daniel is Daniel's here, Michael, Garbage, Gary, John. Yeah, bit late on the stream, guys, because we were watching a bit of the news there and stuff and catching up on today's events. John Stade, Michael Richardson, Alpha Omega is here as well. Garbage, as I said. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, so look, I will start off with, where are these? Hold on. Give us a second, because right, we'll start with this, and I will do what Garbage says, because they have a point to a certain extent, but I am still going to expose this behavior. They'll know who they are anyway, the person behind it, because more than likely they're probably watching. Actually, I should just leave. No, I won't leave the picture, because even though the pictures of Jodie Whittaker, you will probably still be able to identify that person through the picture. So I'm going to show you the ridiculousness of these people now anyway, right? And I just put this, actually I put it up on, it's on Twitter anyway, so anybody actually wants to see who it's from can go to Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know, but just don't mention them on this stream. But wait till you see this. So right now, just while we're talking, I'm actually editing these photographs, well, these tweets. So, because I was just going to show them, because I don't really give a crap, you know, but they're all sensitive. They've got the safe spaces, so I suppose I have to be gentle with them. Don't want to break their fragile little minds. I tell you, they make me laugh sometimes. Right. So this person, just to give you a brief what they're talking about. So this person has decided that they're going to talk about how female fans are treated in the fandom, right? And the funny thing is, right, in this thread, the person that actually bullied Starry-Eyed Girl off of Twitter is actually on saying, yeah, they did the same to Captain Marvel and someone else, some other female bloody lead. I don't know who it was. All I could see was Captain Marvel. Right. So anyway, and I'm there, and I'm like, really? So this is how I realized they unblocked me, because I could all of a sudden see their tweet. So I actually replied to it. I said, "That's yeah." I says again, valid point, but you're a bit of a hypocrite. Didn't you bully a woman offline 2 weeks ago? Idiot. Right. So we did right. Right, yeah, this is the tweet. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just had to figure out where I was on this. Right, so this is it. Here, leave them like this, right, because I can't be arsed. Now, as I said, the person that bullied Starry-Eyed Girl actually responded to this whole thread, which actually it's just at this stage is I just don't know. It's just mind blowing what these people's logic is. Just I don't get it. I don't know why these people need so much validation. I don't know why they're so insecure. I really don't. You know, if I could help you, all I would. But you know, you don't want any. You don't want to sort out your problems. You just want everybody to change because, as I said, you are all insecure. You know, and we've all been there. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You know, we all have self doubt. But the problem is we're able to handle it or deal with it or go and get help to deal with it. But you guys want to change society because, you know, you feel like shit. You want the rest of us to feel like shit. Well, I'm sorry. You know, the rest of us actually, you know, when life isn't throwing curveballs at us, most of the time life is enjoyable and we actually want to enjoy it. And you miserable bastards want to drag us down. Well, no more. Right, I think I've edited all these and I've actually put the twats tweet in as well, Ginger Snap, just to show you. You all know who the Ginger Snap is. And by the way, I don't have anything against gingers, by the way, because my wife is a ginger. So for any J-bot out there, so he's been ism against gingers, gingerism. I'm not. I love gingers. I just don't like this ginger. And what Cartman said, was it, that gingers have no soul? Well, in his case, he definitely does not have a soul. Right? Except my wife. She's a nice ginger. Right. Enough about gingers. Let's show you this. Oh yeah, I want to stress that this original thread was shared by Gary Russell, who's on Twitter. People already mentioned him in the live chat anyway. These are all familiar with Gary Russell. Well, he was the one that retweeted this. This is how I was able to see this. So I'm going to show you now. So I just have to send them to me now. Hold on. I have to send them to myself and then I can screen share them for you. And this thread is quite. Oh, I hate these people. There's so much, you know, like they still find the time to moan when the world's gone to shit. Like, you know, they're never satisfied. Just give it a break for 5 minutes. Like, look around at what's happening. Yeah. All right. Or just stay in your safe space until it's safe to actually come out, and then we'll deal with you then after that. But by then you will be probably so fragile that like everything will change. Right, what am I doing? Oh yeah, sending these to myself. Many times did I say that. Right. So I want to make sure I start in order. So that one, send. That one, send. That one. Right, I've sent them to myself, so now I can start screen sharing and we will show you what's going on. 34 of you is watching right now. I say at least 10 of them are bots. Welcome. I'm about to expose you as stupidity, so why not stay? You might get educated. Do. Everything seems to be very slow. There we go. What, teddy bear? What's wrong with you? I can just hear you in the background. Right. Let's start this thread. Here we go. Right, so this is it. Right. let's do this. Let's get this show on the road and show you now. So, let's say from this J-bot, and as I said, you can, even though I've kind of phased out the picture, you can clearly see it's a blonde woman. It's Jodie Whittaker profile picture. They never put their own pictures, by the way. They always use a Jodie Whittaker one. And it's got the usual bio. So we'll read this, and it says, "We need to have a conversation about the way prominent female Doctor Who fans get repeatedly and this could you read that word for me?
Disproportionately?
Did they even spell it right?
Where?
This word?
No, that's just it's disproportionately, but it's got a T at the end.
Okay. Harassed in comparison to men. I've seen it happen to Beth, who is actually from the Time Ladies, and to be two amazing women who have been put through living hell just because they like Doctor Who. Okay, let's address that first part of this conversation. Okay. See, here's the problem I have. See, what you don't add to that is the fact that what Beth will do is that she'll retweet other people's tweets. Now, those people will see that she has retweeted her tweets, okay? Because it tells you your tweet has been retweeted, blah, blah, blah. You can go in and check who's retweeted your tweet. The problem is when Beth normally retweets someone's tweet, it's something got to do with someone having a problem with the current era of Doctor Who. Then what tends to happen is then there's a bit of a backlash from her fans to that person that sent that tweet. Then in turn, that person will then defend themselves, and then sometimes people will have a go at Beth, right? Now what happens is, instead of Beth facing up to the fact that she's a complete twat, right? What she does is she plays the victim, right? Instead of actually owning up to her shit. So, you see, women like Beth don't get any sympathy for me, but women like Starry-Eyed will get sympathy for me, because the difference is that Starry-Eyed is not going around retweeting people's tweets and putting the tweet in such a way that will incite other people to go and bully that person. That's what that woman does, and I have no time for her whatsoever. Right? So she plays the victim, and then this is what happens then. Then she'll make this big flurry about how it's hard for women of her age. The women, the Karens, whatever you want to call them. Right? So she'll give all that sob story. She'll purge then her Twitter account. She will get rid of some of those tweets that show her in a bad eye. Unfortunately, she doesn't do it quick enough, because fans always screenshot our tweets, and there's some whopper ones out there over the past 2 years that she's put out. They're all over Facebook and whatever, YouTube. She plays the victim, and then what does she do then? She makes a big right, and then she'll say that she's leaving Twitter, right? But then she always comes back, right? So what I keep saying to her, and it's simple as this: she clearly has self-esteem issues. She clearly has struggles within her life like we've all had, and she's finding it very hard to deal with it. Being a young woman, yes, in the area that she's in, she's gonna get, like us all, we're all gonna get criticized. The problem is that, you know, some can handle it better than others and can find ways of dealing with those issues, but she doesn't, and she causes a lot of it on herself, and that's why I'll never have sympathy for her. So we'll continue your stupid tweet. Already your thread is absolutely ridiculous, because she brings a lot of it on herself. And, you know, if she was more open to different opinions, and she doesn't have to agree with a fan that doesn't like the current era of Doctor Who, but and if she wants to retweet someone's tweet, she's well within her right to do that. But when she puts it in a way that would incite other fans, her fans, to go after that person, and then that fan then is going to pick up for themselves. And it happened to me. And of course, I was called a bully, and I was attacking this young lady, but yeah, no such thing. I was defending myself against her fans and the fact that I called her out on retweeting my tweets, right? It's the same when a bloke does it, right? I don't distinguish between sexes here, right? I'm not a sexist, all right? I'm not misogynistic, right? If you're a man or a woman, I don't give a shit what gender you are, right? If you put a retweet a tweet and it so happens that I get a backlash because you retweeted the tweet and put in a way that makes me look bad, then no, I'm going to defend myself. Right, let's continue this stupid thread. This fandom has a misogyny problem. It's displayed towards female cast members, Jodie Whittaker especially, and it's displayed towards female fans. Women deserve to be part of Doctor Who, both in its creation and supporting it as much as men. This is unacceptable. Right, let's deal with the creation part first. I don't know if you know this, but for you J-bots that clearly are not educated, Verity Lambert was the first executive producer of Doctor Who. She put Doctor Who on the screen. So women, oh, you are so stupid. Women have always been entrenched in Doctor Who. This is this stupid myth that you have, right? That women deserve to be part of Doctor Who. Women have never been part of Doctor Who. No strong women in Doctor Who. Go and kiss my arse. Let's talk about Jodie Whittaker, right? I'll tell you why Jodie Whittaker gets stick. It's simple as this, right? When Jodie Whittaker came out, she said something stupid like this, right? She said, "Don't fear me gender," right? Okay? After everybody already had a problem with her casting, that was the first words out of that woman's mouth, right? Then she went on to do a video, right? A video where she was replying to fans, right? Fans that, let's be honest, had a problem with our casting. And she did a video and she took the piss out of those fans, right? Then you had Piers Wenger then on top of that saying, well, basically every other doctor that was there before Jodie Whittaker was basically shit, and that it was a refreshing, especially after Peter Capaldi, because fans there, he wasn't universally loved and all this, right? And then she did that, you know, that stupid feckin' teaser where the cracked ceiling, glass ceiling cracking and all this crap, right? And then she comes out with all her stupid statements, right? And then we see her in the show and she's absolutely atrocious, right? But most of the, right, I will say one thing. There's only one little part of that tweet that I actually do agree with. You are right. There is a bit of a problem of misogyny in the fandom, right, towards Whittaker. But it's a small percentage compared to the rest of the fans. Fans like me that have a problem with Jodie Whittaker don't like her as an actress. It's as simple as that, right? I don't believe a woman should be cast as the Doctor. If you believe that that's sexist, fine. I'll counter that argument and say, well, when the Doctor has been over 50 years a male, I don't see the justification. That doesn't make me sexist. That just means I have a different opinion to you, which I am entitled to. Okay? Now, Jodie Whittaker being the first female Doctor too would put extra, and it would put extra eye on her, and people would be extra critical. Now, we will admit as a fandom that she hasn't had the best of scripts, but what she has been given, she has been absolutely atrocious. She is not the Doctor in our eyes. She has not earned the title of the Doctor. Nearly by the end of every episode, Jordan knew who's run. By the first or second episode, fans were convinced that the person that was playing the Doctor was the Doctor, right? Or even by the end of a series, people say, yeah, that was the Doctor. 2 series in, and people are still questioning whether she's the doctor or not. And when you're still questioning whether she's the doctor or not, you have to ask serious questions. And the serious question that needs to be asked is, why did Chris Chibnall hire an actress that clearly wasn't up for the job? And that's why we criticize. And by the way, if it was a male in the role and they were acting that bad, trust me, they will get criticized. You will actually find throughout the history of Doctor Who fandom that it's not the first time that a doctor has actually been criticized after they've been cast. And Colin Baker would know about that. Even Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee, back in their early runs, the newspaper articles from some fans were very, very harsh. They thought they had made a big mistake. And we do know that there's actually Doctor Who purists out there that only believe that Doctor Who is it just starts and ends with Hartnell. Simple as that. No regeneration, nothing. There's those purists there. Every fandom has them. But you don't see them coming out and attacking all of us that have embraced New Who. No. But you guys are different. You attack everybody that doesn't subscribe to the way you think. Now, let's go back. Let's go and destroy the rest of your thread here. Female fans, and especially young female fans, are held to such an impossibly high standard and subject to comment about their appearance, sent consistent abuse, and expected to know every detail about the show. Least they be a fake, lest they be I think they're supposed to be saying less, but they actually spelt it with a T. Lest they be a fake fan, this fandom can be so vile. Right. I will say that society does have a problem and does put pressure on young girls and young women. Yes, it always has. It's a bad thing, yeah. But to say that young female fans, I have what do you mean a possibly high standard? I don't really get that. Female fans are not expected to act anyway. They're fans of the show. Their opinions and their contribution are just as valued as every other fan out there. Doesn't matter what gender you are. See, again, this is another fabrication. There is a problem in society as a whole, but with Doctor Who fan, I don't know what you're talking about. Again, it's women like Beth from the Time Ladies, the ones that played the victim that I was talking about earlier on. These are the ones that give you these kind of ideals. It's bullshit, right? She just needs to go and talk to someone or something, or she needs a hug or something. She just needs to go and get help. Like yous all. Your generation is screwed. I'm sorry, but that's just the reality. Maybe the parents failed. Maybe society failed you, right? But just because we failed just doesn't mean that we should change society because you believe that it should be a certain way. And this, the fandom can be so fake fan. Well, you are a fake fan because even as a Doctor Who fan, no, you don't need to know every detail. I don't know every detail of the show, and I don't claim to know every detail of the show. I've been on streams here, and I'd be shown something, and I'd be there trying to think what story it was. You're not going to know every detail. There's too much. There's 50 odd years of history. I'm not but you'd have to know the basics, who the first Doctor was, who he regenerated into, all the major canon plot points, right? And when you can't even, and you come up with a bullshit article to try justify it, well, then you're not educated. Then you don't know. Then you clearly are a fake fan. And if you look at all the people behind all of these things, they were all YouTubers and vloggers before they became anything. So they might have grown up on New Who, but they haven't grown up on Doctor Who. Right, let's continue this. Doctor Who is a show about inclusivity and about kindness. It's the story of an alien who travels the universe, fighting injustice and righting Spelled writing wrong. Writing the wrongs. Oh no, did he probably did spell wrong? Oh yeah, did spell writing wrong. Right. Writing the wrongs, and yet it attracts some truly despicable people. It goes beyond one or two bad apples. This fandom's nastiness is structural. Oh, it's structural now. Well, you see, again, you're a young person coming on a fandom that was around even before you were born. And again, this is another myth because you ask anybody out there, Doctor Who was one of the most exclusive fandoms you could be in. It was actually a joke. There was actually a running joke as well. Educate yourselves, people. This whole, and you know what? Gary Russell retweeted this. That just goes to show how much of a plonk he is too. And it's not structural. It's the fandom. The fandom has been there long. See, I don't think you understand. There actually is fans that don't like this era. It's not Doctor Who. And you can, and by the way, the nastiness comes from your side. And the nastiness is organized on your side. So everything that you're kind of describing there is about your side of the fandom. So let's make it clear. You don't comment on women's appearances or clothing. Yeah, in the real world you don't. But if you're an actress playing a role and there's a certain costume and fans are looking for certain things in the costume and it doesn't meet those criteria, well then yeah. That's like saying when people came out and criticized Matt Smith's first promo picture where he put up it wasn't his finished costume and fans gave out about that. Also in 2005, if you know your history, when Christopher Eccleston came back, fans were not happy about his costume whatsoever, actually, because it was the most un-Doctor Who costume you could ever have. So again, you're talking out your arse. Right, so let me see. Right, so we'll say, so let's make it clear you don't comment on women's appearances or clothing. I've commented on a scrunch face. So I mean,
that's not her face. That's the facial expression.
Yeah, it's a facial expression, but her appearance, no. But I'm a critique. I could. Well, I mean, no, I haven't. Not really. And even if I have, it's been in a critique. Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't think she's a nice looking woman. So what? Who gives a shit? See, you're fragile. So what? So people don't like the way I look, right? I was called Skeletor growing up as a kid, right? Now everybody looks at me, right? I'm called Panda Eyes because of the black circles around my eyes sometimes. Sometimes I'm called Fatty, right? Yeah, but I don't cry, right? I get on with it, man. Right. So we're not allowed, right? So we're not allowed to remember clothing, right? Or how much the show's history they know. So we're not allowed to talk about because we show yous up. I get it. No problem, Snowflake. No problem. Let me see. That's what I'm gonna call you now, Snowflake. Or whether they listen to Big Finish. Oh, we're not allowed to talk about if we listen to Big Finish or not. Okay, Snowflake. No problem. Who's dictating now, Hitler? Let me see. Or whether they think you're a proper fan or not. Well, you're clearly not. And if you use anonymous accounts to send hate, you're a twat. Exactly. So say that to your other side because they're the ones that engage in it most. I won't actually say that it doesn't happen on the other side because I know it does. And I do believe it's wrong. So I will say that, but it happens mostly on your side of the fandom. Right? So they finish up with this and they say, it doesn't matter if you first watched Doctor Who yesterday or if you've supported the show since 1963. You're equally valid as part of this community, and that certainly doesn't change based on gender. Doctor Who, since the beginning, has been created for and by women. So what was the whole point of you? Oh my God, your first. Hold on. Let's go back to the let's just go back to the first paragraph. No, is it the second one? I think it's the second one. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, it's the second one. So they say in this part, women deserve to be part of of Doctor Who, both in its creation and in supporting it as much as men. This is unacceptable. And then they finish with this. This is what they finish with. It doesn't matter if you first watched Doctor Who yesterday or if you've supported the show since 1963. You're equally valid as part of this community. And it certainly doesn't change based on gender. Doctor Who has been created for by women. So listen, you can see it there. I don't even have to even respond to this stupidity here. You're probably laughing right now, yous ourselves, right? But Ginger Snap decided that he was going to respond to this thread. Now, Ginger Snap is the one that obviously had Starry-Eyed Girl. The reason for her disappearing off Twitter is because of that idiot. Now, I will say, for people asking, she is all right. Obviously, understandably, it wasn't nice what happened, so she's taking a break. I think we were all told she will be coming back at some stage, so that's great. But listen to what this twat has to say. You got it with Star Wars and Captain Marvel. Rather than having a respectful, I think that... why do these people... I know my writing's bad. Right? I really do, right? And I know my spelling is atrocious and I get slagged for it. But these people learn how to write. People can still understand what I say, well, most of the time. But, all right, let's do this again. You got it with Star Wars and you got it with Captain Marvel. Rather than having a respectful, I think there were some plot problems and issues with it. People used it as an excuse to justify to be nasty to women. I even saw a horrible Reddit post arguing women shouldn't be heroes as it's non-traditional. Well, I already responded to him, but I'll respond again and say, you're kind of hypocritical there yourself because you've been nasty to some women on this platform, Twitter. You should, and you said you saw a Reddit. I don't really care about the Reddit post. There are some fans. Listen, non-traditional, whoever wrote that post is a twat anyway. I'll agree with you on that because Ellen Ripley, Sarah Connor, we can go back. You know what I mean? I'll agree with you on that one. But you're a nasty excuse of a man there because you're going around bullying women and then you're calling other people out for bullying. As for Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, that idiot deserves everything that she got because of the statements that she made. I don't want no white man review my movie. Who the fuck does she think she is? Yeah? Anybody can review our movie, whether it's a white man, a black man, bleed Chinese, bleed you name it. Any national, they can fucking review our film if they want to. Right? She has no right to tell anybody that they can't review our movie. Right? But she showed her bigotry when she just called out white men. Because she is a bigot. And as for Star Wars, the Star Wars fans will tell you that Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars. And even Cheryl's a Star Wars fan. And to be honest with you, obviously she's not as militant as the rest of them. But, what you've seen so far of Disney Star Wars?
Disney ruined Star Wars.
There you go. And she's not as militant as the rest of them, right? She still gave the movies a go, right? Okay. So, again, you're just being broad with your crap, but you're a hypocrite. You really need to go. Listen, you've unblocked me for a reason. And I'll just warn you now if you're listening. Listen, my advice is to block me, right? And my advice is to actually block everybody that you're actually annoying right now, because it's not going to end well. Because I'll tell you why. People are slowly but surely getting sick and tired of your stuff. And I haven't shown all your tweets, but I have some, and I know there's loads of other people that have some. I mean, we'll just have to expose you if you keep it up. I mean, all you have to do is just walk away and shut your mouth and stop poking with a stick. Going after Rabbi as well. I mean, you're a horrible human being. Rabbi is one of the nicest people that me and Cheryl have met. You're just a nasty, vile. But this is your side of the fandom, and this person that put it up, and Gary Russell, the twat, obviously, was the one that retweeted all of this. So these are all twats, including Beth from the Time Late. She's a twat. She's a victim player. Don't care anymore. Do you know what? They're all idiots. You know, the sooner they're gone, the better. To be quite honest with you, they have been the worst thing to happen this fandom. And these newer fans, not the fans that have been around for a few. I'm just talking about the Jodie Whittaker fans that have just jumped on the show because Jodie is. They're the fans that need to fuck off, right? And you can take all your ideology, and you can take all your little propagandas, and your little missions, and you can go and fuck with some other show, yeah. Because Doctor Who's a sci-fi show, it's a family show, it's for kids. You know, as I said, it changed from being an educational show anyway, because I know that's a big point he's always like to bring up. Oh, but it was educational. Educational. It was educational. Yeah, proper education. Yeah, education that would actually help the kids. You know, Star Trek, the original series, inspired young kids to become astronauts, right? Doctor Who would have had the same effect. Kids would have imagined things, right? Now when they watch Doctor Who, they're being preached to about climate change. They're being preached to about, oh, look at me, I'm gay. Oh, look at me, I'm a lesbian. Look, this is more important than anything else. What you identify as. Look, I'm not saying that these issues shouldn't be addressed. We've always said they should, but somewhere else. Doctor Who is a sci-fi show. I think people have forgotten that Doctor Who. Every time I say it's a sci-fi drama, right? And then lately the sci-fi was getting knocked away, and it was just drama. Doctor Who, yes, always had a bit of drama in it, but it always had a bit of horror, always had a bit of terror, had everything, had a bit of everything. But now it's just, oh my God, it's a pile of crap. But yeah, look, this thread is just absolutely ridiculous. I just had to show you. And this is the problem that we have with these people. They're so delusional. They can't actually see that they even contradict themselves as well. Giving out about women, and then basically finishing it up by basically saying, oh, well, Doctor Who was great. Oh my God, you bloody clown. It's always agendas. Just take these our little agendas, yeah, and go somewhere else. And go and use the proper medium to get those subjects that you want highlighted. That's what you do. You don't use Doctor Who, and you certainly don't gender swap a role just to make a bloody point. To empower women somehow. Well, you didn't empower women because you put an absolute clown in the role. A clown that can't even act, and that has probably ruined it for every other woman that dreamed to play the Doctor now. Seriously, she's probably killed it now, which in a way, I'm delighted, right? But for any woman out there that was thinking, right, Whittaker was a dud, but maybe one day we'll actually get someone, well, she's ruined it. She's ruined it. Why would BBC take the risk again? Telling you now, right? I'm going to tell you this now, right? You mark my words. If the Doctor goes back to being a male role, there'll never be a female cast as the Doctor again. Now, if they cast another woman over Jodie Whittaker, then they're willing to take the risk again because they believe that she probably wasn't good, and they believe that they get a good actress in, um, they might be able to pull it off. My advice to BBC is don't even consider that. Don't even consider that as a contingency plan. Get in Michael Sheen, right? We've already heard all the rumours. Get him in, regenerate Jodie Whittaker, get rid of Chris Chibnall, get rid of the Time team, get rid of everybody from the Doctor Who magazine, bring in a balanced bloody crew, start from scratch, and then you might have a hope. The way you get rid of these fans is you stop pandering to these fans. Right? Because they'll say, look, they'll kick up stink for a while. Of course they will. Oh, they're ignoring us now. But eventually then they'll live. Why will they live? Because they'll find some other little show then where they can get their claws into and start saying, oh, they need to change. And trust me, there's a couple of shows out there that they probably aren't aware of now that they got their hands on, you know, because that's how it happens. Doctor Who was always able to stay under the radar. And then as the years went by in New Who, the calls for a female Doctor every year were getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I honestly didn't think they would do it. Like a lot of people, I didn't think they'd actually do it. I thought, no, they won't. They're not that stupid. They're actually clever, but no. No. So yeah. That's it's just their stupidity. I don't know. Let's see, because there's a lot of yous in the comments. Let's see what some of yous were saying when I was reading out some of that stuff. So we'll go back to some of the comments. Now, if I don't read out a comment that you put up earlier, right, I'll probably more than likely read out another one that you put up. So don't be too disheartened. I'm just going to pick a comment from each person. When is it directed against men? It's misandry. No. Oh, Jesus, why do I always pick hard ones to read? Not that it really exists, of course, especially not in Doctor Who. I find a lot of these people to be totally divorced from reality. True. Early days of classic Who had female directors. Enlightenment written by a woman, directed by a woman. I know, they haven't got a clue. Women are part of Doctor Who, and most of the fandom has no misogyny. Why am I confusing all these words? Misogynist problem. The current era is the problem. While there is a bit of a problem, there's a small, minute, and we do know them as the Not My Doctor crowd. Now, not all within that are, but there is a small percentage that are. We have seen it ourselves. We've seen some of the disgusting comments from them. So we have to acknowledge that there is a problem, but it's not as big as these idiots are making it out to be. They believe that everybody that doesn't like this era, and it doesn't matter whether you mention Jodie Whittaker or not, they're painting you all with the same brush. They always talk about strong female characters, but they are nowhere since season 10. Exactly. I have never liked Jodie because she's a woman. I don't like her as an. I have never not liked Jodie because she's a woman. I don't like her as an actor. That's a good point. And I think that's what a lot of these people don't understand. She's just a crap actress. Just because you think she's good, we're entitled to think that she's a crap. She is a crap actress. She is. She hasn't done anything good. And I've watched her in Broadchurch. when you look back at that, what did she really do? She played a bleeding grieving mother. That's it. And then he tried to give her more to do then in seasons coming up and kind of made her a bit of a counsellor. And that didn't work. Sure, if Jodie, come here for a minute. If I was going through my stuff, as you know, with me cousin and all dying, right? If she knocked at my door, man, to try bleed and cheer me up, I'd jump out the window. Get away. Jesus Christ, she put you in more depression. Capaldi got hell when he was cast just because he was older. Yeah, their ages twats as well. I hope one day Capaldi does a multi-doctor story with a future doc. I would love to see that, but not under this current era. I want to wait until they're gone and clear out. You don't have to apologize for your generation. There's a lot in your generation that are actually got you our heads on your shoulders. There's a lot more of you. It's the vocal minority. Always remember that. All these idiots that talk this crap are vocal minority. The rest of us all just want to get on with life, and the rest of us are happy. And most of the people that they claim to be fighting for are actually happy with their lives. I don't want fuss. I want and can get on with it. And yes, while I do believe that there are certain things out there in the world that still need to change, there's been huge strides made. Do you know what I mean? And people can recognize that. But these fanatical people, they won't stop until everything is completely done the way they want it. And then when that's done, then and they look at how miserable society is, then they'll want to change it again. They won't be happy. We'll all end up being drones, thinking the same, having the same beliefs, Get away. That's what makes us unique. My three daughters all watched Eccleston and Tennant and loved it. Torchwood too. They don't watch the current era. Mary Poppins was a strong female character. Yes, she was. Yes, even back in the day, they had strong female characters, and they did. And you know what? That's a good point. People could laugh at that, but that is true. Mary Poppins actually was a strong female character. She went into a home. She looked after the kids. The family. She just fixed the family. That's what's strong with. She fixed the family. And fair play to her. That little boy needs help. Yes, he does. He needs a lot of help. He probably needs a hug too. And looking at him, he probably needs a woman. So, as I say to some of these lads, get laid, man. Yes, trust me. It's the best thing. You'll have a whole new outlook on the world. Jodie fans will just move on to some other series once they have sucked the life out of Doctor Who. They're like locusts. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. Don't forget to hit the like button, please, guys. Make sure that you're still notified as well, that you're still getting notifications for the videos. And please do us a favor, make sure that you're still subscribed because, people are telling me, even some of you are comments as well. By the way, if some people are worried about some of their comments not being on some of the videos, as I have said in previous streams, but just to remind people, unfortunately, YouTube seemed to be putting a lot of comments into the spam or the held for no reason, actually. They put one in today in the held section, which absolutely had no bad language in it whatsoever. I just don't get it. Disney Star Wars is shit. It is. The BBC lives in a bubble. Get rid of the TV license. There's another one. Buffy was too. Yes, Buffy, even in the 90s, we had strong women. Look, it's a myth. It's a myth. There has been straight female strong leads in TV and movies for a very long time. We even had the Charlie's Angels movie back in the day. Now, I'm not talking about the one that they recently did. I'm talking about the Drew Barrymore one. And we also had the TV show, okay, of the 70s, wasn't it? So they were all strong female leads. So you had Cagney and Lacey. If you go into detectives, they were two female cops. Look, it's all a myth. These people are not educated. They don't know that there was TV before they were born. You know what I mean? They're idiots. And anything that they do discover TV before they were born, then when they look at it, then they're picking holes. Oh, look at that. That's racist. He was doing blackface and that. Oh, we can't have that. When did this start and who? The first I noticed it in was with the gay Anglian soldiers in the Headless Monks episode. Could never figure out what the point the writers were driving at. Yeah, I remember that the Headless Monks episode. Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I was the same as you at the time. It kind of didn't make sense, but again, there was so much going on in that episode that it didn't really bother me, because it wasn't really the main focus because there was a lot more going on. Now, if Chibnall was to do that, that whole angle would be what he would go with, and that's what the whole episode would be based around. There would be no story, Colonel Runaway or whatever his name is, or General Runaway or whatever his stupid name was, right? You had all that going on. So, like, I mean, that didn't bother me. And look, as I said, we've had LGBTQ plus characters in Doctor Who, and they've been treated with respect, and they've been done justice. Under Chibnall's era, they haven't. In gaming, we had Lara Croft. Exactly. They did a few Lara Croft movies as well with Angelina Jolie. I haven't seen the new one, but I didn't mind the Angelina Jolie movies, actually. A lot of men seem to use virtual signaling in the hope of getting laid by impressing the women they hang around. Exactly. And these look at the end of the day, they're idiots. They're thinking with their nuts rather than their brains. This era is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I just don't. Where is this? I wanted to actually show you something as well, actually. Where is it? I'll have to find it, but hold on. I'll keep talking anyway, and I'll read out some of the comments there. So we're still going through some of our comments. Maybe a bright spot coming up, HBO's Max ad. Yeah, I will be actually discussing that in the stream. I'll probably throw up a quick video tomorrow for you guys on that. Actually, I did bring it up a couple of days ago, but it is actually interesting. It seems that like Jodie Whittaker is being phased out. But that was very clever marketing by HBO Max. Don't put Jodie Whittaker on your poster, right? You want to get subscriptions? That's the best thing to do. So yeah, that was some good news. The woke squad will make it Larry Croft. No, no, they won't. See, that's the difference, John. They won't gender swap female roles into male roles, or it doesn't happen as often because there'd be uproar. Oh, you're taking away a female role and giving it to a man. Male feminists are not to be trusted. No, they're not. Then there was Madame Vastra, according to BBC website. She was married to her maid. Can't remember it in the show, but it was up online. Yeah, Jenny and Madame Vastra were married. Yeah, I knew that, but that again, that didn't bother me because that didn't define Madame Vastra or Jenny. It didn't define them. And I know some fans don't like those two characters, and Strax as well is thrown in there as well. They didn't like that whole dynamic, but I never had a problem with it. It actually didn't bother me in the slightest because it wasn't their defining characters. It wasn't the thing that made them. Madame Vastra was a detective. Even though Jenny was her maid, Jenny was also side by side with her fighting crime. So, again, that really never bothered me. Sigourney Weaver, Sarah Connor, 80s and 90s, Wonder Woman 70s, Batgirl 60s were strong female leads when I was growing up. Again, as I said, and I'll keep saying this to these J-bots, it's a myth. All these lies that you're being told by all these girls, like the Time Ladies and stuff, and other women like her that are in the fandom, the feminist front, and all those, you've got Pink News and all those other gobshites that are all on Twitter telling women how they're all oppressed and all, and how in TV is aren't represented properly and all this. It might be the case in some parts of the industry, but it's not as bad as people make it out, especially in Doctor Who. Anyway, it's not bad at all, actually. So I don't agree with the actress who plays Jenny politically, but I like Jenny. Exactly. It's nowadays it is a kind of a thing, isn't it? What politics they have, because they've kind of made it like that themselves. I think they did slightly overdo the lesbian bit on TV, but that was due to constraints of the epic. Yeah, it was, because the 45-minute time frame. So yeah. So they're just some of the flavor, the comments that some of you guys are throwing out there. Anyway, I mean, but it just frustrates me so much that these are the people that BBC are pandering to. Vile pieces of shit that go after people and expect us to sit back and take it. Well, no, not anymore. It's not happening. And as I said a few weeks ago, I will be calling out people more, because it must be highlighted, and it deserves to be highlighted, because, listen, it's going on in the fandom. If we ignore it, well, then we're abandoning those people that have been fighting the cause with us, and they believe in what we believe. We can all see what's happening with the show. There's only a vocal minority that actually refuse, and they actually know deep down that this show's a pile of crap, but they won't admit it to themselves, and they're stubborn, right? So no, for those people that have been bullied offline and stuff, that's why I'm going to be here. I'm going to be you bully them while I'm going to be still around doing my thing. And if I see or hear of anybody being bullied, I'm informed anyway. And if I think it's worthy of a video, there'll be a video done, because at the end of the day, I'm done playing with these fuckers. And Ginger Snap, if you're listening, right, I'm just going to give you a small bit of advice. you need to apologize. Not to me, not to anybody that you've had conversations with, but you really need to apologize to Starry. And it needs to be sincere. And you need to actually, you know, be a man for once in your life and actually, you know, own up to your mistake. You know, because that's what real men do, right? Now, so far by your reaction, you're not a real man. What you did was you argued with everybody, then you blocked people for a while. So what you did was you ran into your safe space, didn't you? So you recharged your batteries for a couple of days, didn't you? You ran into your little safe space. I'm gonna run into the safe space. Right? And you refueled, yeah? And you came back out again. You unblock people and you start poking with a stick again. Well, listen, you little twat, apologize, right? You need to apologize because nobody's going to be listening to your little shit anymore. I've already heard people anyway say that they're going to ignore you. Nobody wants to hear from you. You're a hypocrite. And the fact that Emily Cook, that has been doing the tweet alongs, actually retweeted one of your tweets where you're actually talking about the very same subject again about women being bullying, and you're bullying women yourself. You know, it just goes to show you the hypocritical nature of that side of the fandom. Now, Emily is obviously probably unaware of what's happened, but still, it's kind of really ironic that she would actually retweet one of his tweets when he's talking about a certain subject when he's been accused, and we've all seen what he has done. Oh, it's bad. I might not agree with Georgia Tennant's politics, but she's a talented, capable actress. She is. She is. And not a bad looking one either. Shh. You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to give a woman a compliment anymore. Because you'll be creepy. She'll probably run into our safe space. Oh yeah, there was something I wanted to show you. I nearly forgot. Where is it? Actually, I know what to do. It's in Messenger. What's wrong?
Stop. Ding dong.
No. Cheryl's not happy with Ted.
I just got it out for you, ding dong.
You know why he does that? You know why he does that? He does that so you know that you're actually going to go and get her for him. Yeah. I'm still live, yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's just like I intentionally got it from the
No, I was just telling him what you were doing because he heard you. I was just
so naughty.
Oh no. Well, he did get a bit of a fright today because of our neighbours. Right. So as you all know, there was a YouTube thing on, and obviously it was all the shills, as I mentioned earlier. Now, the funny thing about this stream is that the fella behind it has 226,000 subscribers. The stream got 5.5 views, 214 upvotes, 14 downvotes. But for some weird reason, it's saying it's unlisted. Right? So they unlisted this stream. Right? Now, for anybody that doesn't know, as I said, it had the usual shill, you know, Mr. Piggy reviews, crispy chicken, you know, Council of Twats, the usual suspects, you know, the shills, the ones that, you know, they have little problems with Doctor Who, but not the major problems we have. But they're allowed to have their little problems with Doctor Who, but we're apparently not allowed their views and problems with Doctor Who. So do you see how this works? They're allowed to complain about certain things once it's not about Jodie Whittaker and stuff. They'll complain about other aspects. For example, Council of Geeks says that he likes everything about New Who except for anything that Chris Chibnall writes. Yeah, the army's being called in.
It just happened.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So how do you know it?
Because he said he was going to do it earlier. So Cheryl's just watching the news there, CNN. The army looks like it's gearing up to go out and do its thing. Anyway, what was I saying there?
All right.
Someone remind me what I was saying in the chat, please. Peter Davison was my doctor, and he was hounded off Twitter because of the J-bots because he thought a woman should never play the role. Exactly. Damn, what was I saying? I've just completely lost it. Oh yeah. So the Council of Geeks, yeah. So apparently, yeah. So as I said, these YouTubers, they do have problems with the series, but they don't have the problems that we have. They have different problems. But because they have different problems, they don't have the problems that we have. We're the sexist, misogynistic pigs, but they're okay to have theirs. So yeah, Council of Geeks, the only problem is anything written by Chris Chibnall he has a problem with, but anything else. Oh, and his favorite episode, I think he says, was It Takes You Away. The one with the talking frog. Yeah. So yeah. Again, it just makes me think, how can, oh my God. Do you know what? Even thinking about that, I just can't, I'm just trying to see the logic of where he's coming from. But I can't. Obviously you had, as I said, Mr. Piggy Reviews, the bully that goes around bullying people. It's actually funny how it works out, doesn't it? It pays to be a bully because you'll get a chance to be on all of these streams and get invited. Because I'm controversial, obviously that'll never happen. You know, I'll never get invited to these Who things. But I did put up a comment that said, would you not like bring a bit of balance? Invite me on, or invite Gary from Neurotics on, or invite Ballstreck on. A bit of balance. Is Council still making videos in the bathtub? I don't know, but I don't know what's going on with that person. I said him earlier on, but I'm not being smart here. I haven't a clue when I'm watching. Council of Geeks I used to watch a few years back and watched a couple. Now, I wasn't a big fan. Obviously, I was seeing a couple of the videos as everybody does when you're in the Doctor Who fandom. Wingy Media was another one that I listened to as well. Came across a couple of his videos, but I don't know what I see. This is the thing now. See, this person on Council of Geeks, I don't know what to say. You will know what I'm talking about. Just go and watch the video. I just don't know what to say anymore because I have to be very careful here because then I could be accused of misgendering someone when I'm not genuinely not trying to. It's just make up your mind. You will know what I'm saying when you look at the video. All I'll just say, make up your bloody mind. I do like Wingy. Jesus Christ. This fandom is crazy. How did it get to this point? When was the Doctor Who fandom taken over by the Asylum? Seriously, when did that actually happen? Because Jesus, come on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. See, this is what I don't understand, Derek, and I won't read it out because I don't want us people to think that we're. But that's what I'm talking about. I just don't make, you know what I mean. But again, we have to be careful. But apparently, he was going to do a stream apparently about me and my wife, and someone alerted me to it, and I basically told him, and I'll say it again, don't even think about it. And I know you were egged on by some other gobshites, which I will be bringing back up again. But there is someone, I won't bring them up in this stream, but there is someone that I will be addressing again. You all know who anyway. They've kind of changed their name slightly, but yeah, they're being twats again. Yeah, I know that. Carl. I know their name. It's just you'll know what I'm talking about if you watch the video. It's look. I know back in when was it 70s, maybe 80s, men went around nail varnish on their hands, right? Painted their nails, wore women's clothes, went out, had the rock star lifestyle, blah, 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 right? I get that. I just don't get this. You will see what I mean anyway. But at the end of the day, right, where's the balance in this Who tube thing anyway? But it is funny that was unlisted. Why would you unlist a stream of all apparently the popular YouTubers? 226,000 subscribers. I would say that video took a hit. See, they're not popular. See, if you had brought on me Ballstreck, Gary, maybe Doomcock, heel versus Babyface, well then you probably would have got over 100k views. Yeah. See, fans don't want to listen to idiots like them because they're sellouts. See, little Mr. Piggy reviews, especially, a lot of people are suspecting that that little shit is actually receiving some sort of commission off the BBC. And even if he isn't, he's really trying so hard to get a job off them, because every little fucking video that he puts out, he tries to justify this mess. Even when people that are fans of his that come out and say, come on, what are you talking about? Then what does he do? Lashes out and bullies, right? Piggy knows it's bad, but he's obviously being, it pays good. Remember, all these people that slag fans and say, oh, look at my classic collection of Doctor Who. Look at that. Yeah, you didn't buy it all yourself, did you, though? Working for the BBC pays. So don't be showing your stupid fucking collection, because I had a bigger collection. Right? Doesn't matter what the size of your collection is either. I always told you that. Right? But I hate people that do that. Oh, look at me. I've got a bigger dick than you. Fucking childish. But that's what you get when you employ mid-20 twats. Right? They're not emotionally, they can't emotionally handle situations, so they lash out. That's what's happened this fandom. We've gotten a load of insecure little twats that are working behind the scenes and insecure twats writing the show. Because look at Chris Chibnall. I can tell you now that cunt is insecure. Trust me. He's not graced with looks. He struggles. Like I did when I was growing up, being called Skeletor and stuff. You know? But I sorted my shit out. I didn't go around demanding that the whole world change because I was a miserable bastard. Oh, you need to create safe spaces in college because if I feel threatened in any way, I want to be able to run somewhere like a little bitch. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call it out for what it is. You're being a little bitch, and I don't care if your insensitive little heads can't get around that, and then you are all going to criticize me. Oh, look at Tarzan Condas, all little bitches. He's evil. He's the devil. Yeah, someone asked me once, right? Because they were slagging me. I was slagging back at them, and they couldn't believe that, like, you know, that everything that they were hitting me with wasn't getting to me. And then by the end of it, I got them with a whopper one, and then this is what they said to me. What are you? And my reply was going to be, well, to you, I'm fucking Satan. And that's what I am to these J-bots. And that's why they hate me so much. Because while other YouTubers out there can be reserved, yeah, and not, I won't say cross the line, but they're more reserved than me. Me, I don't hold back. I don't give a fuck. So I'll call yous out for what yous are. Yous are a bunch of soft-minded, weak-minded, insecure individuals. Go and get some fucking help and stop being miserable bastards and stop trying to change society, because society isn't going to fucking change for you because they're already resisting it. Yous bunch of fucking idiots. So that's where I stand on all of that. And these idiots, the more they keep coming out with their stupidity, the more streams I'm going to do on them. I'm sick of them now. Well, imagine bullying someone. Yeah, he's the biggest hypocrite anyway, Ginger Snap. Bullying starry-eyed girl off Twitter. Now, I know she's all right? But I'm going to say this. If you're going to pull up a post and actually slag and come at us, right, and say that we bully women offline, or we bully Jodie Whittaker, or we bully anybody connected to Doctor Who, but yet you're the one that's going around bullying. You're a fucking hypocrite. Do you know what the problem is? I told you last night. Was it last night I said it? We just have bred a bunch of idiots. I don't know where we went wrong, but obviously somewhere. And you know what? I'm going to say this. God love them when they have kids, because their poor kids I'm going to feel sorry for. Their poor kids are going to be exposed to everything because they believe that they should be exposed to everything. And then those kids are going to be fucked up as teenagers. They're going to be fucked up as adults. And it's going to be tragic. It's going to be tragic. They don't have the mental capacity to survive everyday life. How do we expect them to bring up a child with their ideals and their moral beliefs. We're asking for fucking trouble here. Comes a time when we have to stop and say, hang on, we've gone too far as a society. We need to rein things back. It's getting ridiculous now. And it's not oppressing anybody or stopping anybody. You know, it's putting the brakes on something that's gone too fucking far. Now, we usually snap out of phases in society, you know. But this is one that we have not snapped out of. But we're surely and slowly, it's happening. Little victories are happening. The Schneider Cut. Then we had the whole thing with Netflix editing Back to the Future 2. Then they put the original cut back up. Doctor Who, we've had little victories as well. You know, if you look at the whole Time Lord Victoria stuff, it's aimed towards more the fans that actually, you know, enjoy Doctor Who in New Who at the height of its power. Then we have the Tom Baker, David Tennant thing. Then we have the HBO Max poster. All of this adds up. She's been phased out of the Doctor Who comic, you know, to make way for the Time Lord Victorious. So a woman is being built out for a comic strip to be replaced by a man, the way it should be in Doctor Who. Sorry, but it's the truth. I said it before, and I'll say it again. And I said this when Jodie Whittaker was cast. And, you know, I did soften up a little bit over the last year or two, saying, no, there might be a chance of a different woman. But no. The experiment of a female doctor has failed. So in my opinion, if it fails, you go back to the tried and tested. It's done. The female doctor failed, and because of that, it should never go back to that. And for the simple fact that her performance was so bad that she has actually ruined it anyway for another woman to take the role. If there was a chance of a woman getting the role after Jodie Whittaker, she just smashed that. I didn't watch Time Lord Victoria, so I was scared she would be in it, so I stopped after the first 10 seconds. I wonder if these idiots have ever wondered what will happen when the pendulum swings the other way. It will, because it will swing back. And you see, that will be their downfall, because they actually believe right now that nothing can stop them, because they are looking right now. They know the ratings are low, right? They know the magazine is on its last legs, right? They know all of this is happening, right? But they're still so fucking glued to what they believe in that they would let everything fall and still say it's a success. It's not. This era isn't a success. I just wish that someone within actual Doctor Who itself would actually have the balls, like Peter Davison, to actually come out. Look, all it takes is 1, 2, 3 of you. Then before you know it, then the rest of them pile on, and then BBC can't ignore it. But they're all scared, and I don't blame them, because you see what happens. They even tried to cancel John Pertwee, and he's dead, right? They tried to cancel him last year when that advertisement popped up, an advertisement that he was paid for, but was never aired, by the way. Some gobshite found it, plastered it all over the internet, and did an article, and basically called John Pertwee out and called him out for his sexism, right? Because there was a line in it where he says, "Show me your tits." Right, but it was a paid work, right? It was paid work, but the ad never aired, right? So nobody would have seen that, right? And people did see it at a few years back and never had a problem with it. But these new fucking safe space snowflake idiots, oh, we have to cancel Pertwee. We have to cancel him because we can't have, even though he's dead, we'll dig him up and we'll cancel him. We'll dig him up and we'll cancel him because we can't have a white man doing that. No way. So yeah, maybe we should cancel a few of these fuckers ourselves. So J-Bots, just to let you know, we're not standing by and taking your bullshit anymore. And anybody out there that agrees with me and has stepped away for a while and feels like that it is time to come back and fight again and call these gobshites out for what they're doing and highlighting the problems that this fandom has, well then I ask you tonight, join me in this, because you know we've got to clean this fandom. We've got to set the standard. We've got to tell them what we expect in the fandom. There's a certain level of behavior that is tolerated, and these people are the ones that are engaging in all this horrible, vile action. And then when we defend ourselves, right, we're the ones that are accused. So I'm sorry, no, I'm not having it anymore. Starvey, as I said, was kind of the last straw. But when I seen what Rabbi was getting picked on, he's become a friend of mine. He's on the channel all the time. And we talk to him off air as well. We don't just talk to him on air. He's become a friend. I have to say, he was very good to me when my cousin passed. You attack Rabbi, you attack me. It's as simple as that. So listen up, Ginger Snap. Shut your fucking mouth. Sit the fuck down, because if you don't, I'll come after you myself. Yeah? And I'm not threatening physical violence or anything. I'll come after you with a stream. I'll expose all your tweets. I'll show people. I won't hide your name. I will show people what you're actually capable of. You are a piece of pus that comes out of a sore that hasn't been properly treated. That's what you are. You're the lowest of the low. You're a scumbag picking on a woman. One of the nicest women in this fandom, by the way. One of the kindest in Starry. Seriously, I'm actually mad. And as for Rabbi, we all know what Rabbi is like too. Two of the sweetest people in the fandom, and you've decided to pick on them because you won't pick on me. You won't pick on Ballstrap because you are slapped right down, son. You won't pick on anybody else in the fandom because you are slapped right down, son. But you'll go after women. Well, you won't go after women on my watch anymore, because I will call you out every fucking time, you piece of shit. At the Starry, I'll just say to you, love, we all miss you. You should see the messages on Twitter. You should see the messages and videos. Everybody misses you. When you feel it's time to come back and you're ready to come back, you come back. We be all here. We have your back, right? Gary and all. Gary, you're big friends of Gary. Gary will look after you too. You know that. We are all here for you. This has really, seriously, with all the shit that went on last week, you know, I couldn't deal with this properly, because obviously I had my own stuff going on. But don't worry, I've got the whole week now to catch up, and this is only the first of many of these streams calling these twats out, because I'm done playing. There is people on Twitter. There's a hashtag going as well, and it looks like that so many people have used it that when you actually put it in, it actually comes up. So I don't know if that means it was trending at one stage, but what it indicates is that there's definitely a lot of people using the hashtag, which means she has support. And that you do, Starry, and you always will. And it's not because you believe in either side of the argument. It's because people can honestly see how much of a decent human being you are. Right? Just like Rabbi, decent human beings, decent skins, as I would say. These are decent pieces of skin, right? You wouldn't harm flies. You wouldn't do anything to upset anybody. And that's what annoys me, because I do. I know I am controversial. I have to be controversial in what I do to get my message across, right? Because these people don't listen to any other way, right? But Starry never done that, right? Rabbi's never done that, right? Rabbi actually, you know what? When Rabbi is angry, Cheryl even said it to me today. When Rabbi is actually angry, he's still polite. I've never came across anybody like him, to be honest with you, right? And even when he's giving out about something, he always has a nice, polite way of putting it, whereas I'm the opposite, because I'm blunt, and I've always been blunt. But the J-Bot problem, if we're still fans of this show, is all of our problem. To be quite honest with you, it's our fandom. We don't care about the show right now, this era, we might as well say. But that doesn't mean we should abandon the fandom and not give a shit about the fandom. The fandom still has a lot of good people in it, and those people right now are being attacked by people like Ginger Snap, by people like Mr. Piggy Reviews. So enough is enough. Right, let's see. I think there's a bit of a reaction because some people do listen to me and then do send messages. Let's see. Any bad ones? I'm still streaming.
Okay, they're doing fireworks or something.
Yeah. Well, is he okay?
No, he's not.
All right. When he'll settle.
He pulled himself out of his collar.
Oh.
So.
Fireworks. Someone's shooting off fireworks in this. Oh, have they? Fucking hell. Yeah. Right. Well, anyway, listen. As I said, we've kind of cleared up. I just wanted to show you that thread because it just goes to show you how stupid these people actually are. And for me personally, it was better the way I did it because I could dissect each part. And people will see, even though, like, you know, I'm putting on voices and stuff, you will see what I'm saying is absolutely spot on. These people are just crazy. They're hypocritical as well. They actually contradict themselves as well, which is kind of funny as well. You know, but last year, right? Last year, they were saying canon didn't matter. You remember when we were bringing up about how canon did matter? Now all of a sudden canon does matter. Remember last year they were saying ratings, that the ratings didn't matter, right? This year the ratings didn't matter. These people can't make up their mind. Do you know what they do? They move the goalposts. That's what they do it every time, right? And you know what? The media laps it up. The media supports them, you know, and then you have all those other gobshites supporting them as well. And until that changes, this is what you're going to continue to see in different fandoms all around the world for different franchises. It's sad. It's sad.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to go. I hope you have enjoyed tonight. I most certainly have. It's always good when I do a stream that I actually really want to do. Not that I don't do many streams that I don't want to do, but what I'm saying is when it's a subject that I'm really passionate, and I mean really, really passionate about, I like to do those streams. But yeah, we all stand with Rabbi and Starry. And listen, again, as I said, Ginger Snap, you know, I wish you'd just come on to someone's stream. I wish one of these J-bots would actually come on to one of our streams. We've asked them. Rabbi is probably the safest bet for any J-bot because he's more, let's say, tolerant in listening to your bullshit, whereas I wouldn't listen to it for 5 minutes. But I'd still I'd love to bring you on and destroy it. But maybe going on to Rabbi's channel probably be your best bet because he'd actually interview you, whereas I would destroy it. But I would take Rabbi up on his. If you're any way of a man, you will, and you'll stand by what you did, or you'll even try to like what these other gobshites do, which you won't be able to. But I'd give you credit for even coming on to try justify it, even though you have no justification for it. But you like them all. A gutless bastard. And as I said earlier on, as Cartman said, you've got no soul. So with that, folks, I'm going to go. I'm going to say goodnight. I will talk to you very, very soon. I will have other streams up. As I said, I'll throw up a few videos. As I said, I'll be doing the normal streams. I'm not going to promise that I'm doing extra streams, but I might throw up videos on the days that I don't stream because there is other stuff that I do, as I said, need to catch up on. But we'll schedule them. I'll throw them up for you and you can watch them. Let me know what you think then when we come back live and all that. But listen, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already. And please make sure that you are still subscribed if you have subscribed. And most importantly as well, because of YouTube, the way it is right now at the moment, because of everything that's going on, do us a favor, share these streams, share them on Facebook, Doctor Who groups there and all, you know yourself, Twitter, Doctor Who accounts. You know, the more exposure, the better for the channel. And hopefully we get few more people that actually agree with us and try build a bit of momentum before we get to our big watch along for Christmas, which I am looking forward to. There'll be a big one. We'll have more details on that. But the Series 2 trailer as well, I know Rabbi is going to be working on that because we're going to do a big promotional thing for Series 2, New Who, David Tennant's fourth season. So yeah, there's lots to come. And also Classic Who Lockdown. Don't forget, Classic Who Lockdown is back on Saturday with the Caves of Ajazani. So don't forget, if you have 5 days now to get our copy ready. So have a look. If you need to go and have a look for our copy, I'm sure you will find it now. I mean, that's a Peter Davison story, so it should be a lot more easier to get a hold of. The hashtag is Batsmilk. Don't forget, if you're throwing up any Peter Davison pictures on Twitter or Facebook, don't forget to use the hashtag Batsmilk as well. I threw up a trailer on Facebook. I'm going to throw that up on YouTube in a while. But Rabbi will have obviously I do my own little trailer. It's not as good as Rabbi's, obviously. And then Rabbi will then have the official trailer done and stuff. And then he'll give the times in America as well and stuff. Yeah. So I think that's everything. Oh, yeah, that's everything. Right, listen, talk to you. Have a good one. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Stay safe. And keep that social distance if you are out and about. It's important, you know, use ourselves. But start to enjoy ourselves now, you know, while you have a chance. Good night. Good night.